Hello and welcome to this very mini coaching call around understanding the message. My name is Bev Hetting from Discover Your Voice. And Discover Your Voice is all about you understanding how to use the voice within you, your own unique, authentic voice, to speak in public, to overcome those fears and understand the job that you have as a speaker. So we're going to talk about the message today, and understanding that message is so important. So many people I talk to when we do this work and I say, well, what was the message? What is the message you want to give? And people get confused by it. So I want you to really take on board this particular call. What is the message? You are the sender. As the speaker, it is your job to give correct information about what it is you want your audience to understand. It's not about what you think they want to hear. It's about what you want them to understand, to go off and do. Very clear, very simple. You must know your message. Your message will depend upon what it is you want people to do. What do you want to happen? Do you want people to take action? Are you doing a speech or a talk where you want people to go out and do something? Is it about a belief system? Do you want people to be challenged about a belief system? Do you want to change that belief in any way? Maybe you just want to make people aware of you, to be aware of this service or this business or something that is happening in the world. You may be asking for money, donations, pitching for dragons to invest. If you're asking people to give you money in any way whatsoever, you have to be really, really clear about your message and what you want people to do. I say to everybody, beware confusion. As humans, we are so easily confused. Too much information, and suddenly the brain has switched off. We're still smiling, our eyes are still open, we're still looking at you. We are really, really clever at looking like we're listening. We're actually, the inner voice is going, wonder what's for tea tonight, and did I put that on the shopping list? And, oh, look at the shoes she's wearing. Beware confusion, because the minute we get confused, the brain goes off and does something completely different, and we'll stop listening. Who is your message for? Let's take this phrase, this lovely saying. I adore this. You can search throughout the entire universe for someone who is more deserving of your love and affection than you are yourself. And that person is not to be found anywhere. You yourself, as much as anybody in the entire universe, deserve your love and affection. Beautiful. But who's it for? Would a group of scientists receive that message? How would a religious audience receive it? Parents, perfect for youth clubs. Politician, businessman, who is the audience that is going to accept that message? Promoting the benefits of beef at a vegetarian conference will likely empty your venue, no matter how strong your passion for steak. You have to know who your message is for, because then you can give them the correct message that they are going to hear. So let's look at a simple message, all right? Donate to world peace. Don't we all want world peace? So if you want your audience to donate to world peace, the listeners, need to know why. Why should they? Why would they? So you're going to need some stories, evidence, examples, anything to push that message, that key message, donate to world peace. They're going to want to know how they do that. How do they give you the money? Where do they donate? When do you want them to donate? And what happens after they have done? So within that simple message, there are things you have to do so that your audience can take it, go and do, and donate to world peace, because they understand exactly why they should, how they should, when they should, and what's going to happen when they have. Your message has to have focus. It's as simple as that. Know your stuff, inside out, back to front, no matter what happens. But don't ramble. So often we get so caught up in all the stuff we know about our business. We try to tell everybody everything, and we just ramble. And once we start rambling, listeners' brains have gone back to what's for dinner. Oh, I wonder what's on TV tonight. Your purpose, the purpose of your speech must be specifically directed to the interest of your listeners. Or they're just going to switch down. They're just going to switch off and shut down. It must be specific if you want the desired result. You have to be authentic. If you try to read the message and sound like you're reading the message, no one's going to believe you. No one's going to believe that you care about that message. The other thing is, I have heard speakers so passionate about what they believe in, what they want, what they do. They talk really fast. They get carried away trying to fill in everything that they want everybody to know. Far too overwhelming. We can't take it all in. Don't try to be clever. People sometimes think that if they fill that message with really sort of clever anecdotes or clever sayings, or scientists fill it with lots of scientific words and things, all that happens is, for the listener, your message is filled with nonsense. We don't get it. If your audience are all scientists and you're talking scientifically, yes, to an outsider, it's going to be very clever. But to that audience, it's the norm. It's their culture. But if a scientist suddenly thought, oh, I'll be a bit clever and I'll throw in some really cool words that the kids are using today and maybe rap a bit, the audience will go, this is complete nonsense. So it works both ways. Remember this, if you remember nothing else. The message is what it is. It is as simple as that. You have to believe the message, and the message is what it is. And you just have to make sure that that audience understands the message and does what you want them to do. The purpose, specific to their interests. A great way to get information and a message through to someone is to tell stories. Humans are hardwired, it's in our DNA to accept stories, because that has always been, since the beginning of time, our mode of communication, our way of passing on information. We love a good story. And a story connects with your audience on an emotional level. And a story will inspire change. It will inspire people to rethink. So the more personal, the more authentic you are, the bigger response you're going to get from people. Don't make up a story, a backstory of your life. People won't believe it because it won't be authentic. And they may not even know why they don't believe it. It will niggle in their head, though. We are very clever like that. It has to be your story. So you need to learn to construct your story. Don't think that you don't have a story. Everybody has a story. It's about how you construct that story so that it excites, it motivates, and it compels people to action. And if you don't have your own story, tell a story of someone who has been through that you understand. The message in everything is key. If you try to cram in everything you know, you just don't have time to include those key details. So having one message means you can make that message clear and focused, direct, and people will get it. And your business may have lots of different messages, but pick the message that suits that audience at that time. Because you have to keep the message going. It doesn't matter if this is your 60-second business pitch, you're doing a 5-minute, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, you're up there for an hour. Your job is to keep that message alive and kicking. Keep that message going. Keep repeating that message so that people get it. They're never going to forget that message. So for however long, the longer you are on that stage, on that platform, just rinse and repeat in different ways that key message. Just keep it going. In summary, it has been very clear what my message is to you today. Know the message. Know your stuff. Inside out, backwards, any way you like. But keep your message simple and focused. Tell your audience what you want them to do. And because you have been specific, because you have directed your key message to your audience's interest, they are more likely than not to do what you want them to do. Keep focused. Don't ramble. Don't go off topic. Keep focused. And tell stories. Tell stories so that people emotionally engage with what you're doing. And for more about all that, all you have to do is go to allthewsbevhetting.com, and there is all sorts of information. There's a free membership, so access to all sorts of videos and webinar replays are on there. The other thing is you will find all my contact details. So if you have any questions, if you have any queries, please do get in touch, and make sure that the next time you go and do a speech that you really, really have that message clear, that message direct to the audience interest. And you see what a difference that makes. Thank you very much for listening, and there'll be more of these to come.